6 months from now, where would you like to be? What would you like your relationships to look like? What about your career? How about your finances? What about your education? How would you like to feel about yourself and your future? Would you like to feel more confident? Would you like to feel more in control, more freer to say and do the things that you want to say? Would you like to be able to communicate more calmly and clearly with the people that you love, more effectively with them? Would you like to feel more secure in knowing that, hey, if I need to clear an interview, I can do that. If I need to change jobs, or if I want to advance in my career, I can do that. Would you like to feel more confident when you stand up in front of a group in class or in a meeting? You can present powerfully, more persuasively. Would you like to know that I can answer the phone and I can say my name, I can go order, I can do the things that I want to do because I speak well? So 6 months from now, when you look around you, will those areas in your life be the way you want them to be? Will you be a better speaker? Will you be a better person, right? 6 months from now. So the question is then, what do you need to do starting now, at the time that you're watching this video? What do you need to do between now and then so that you end up where you want to be? What are the things you need to do between now and then to end up where you want to be? So what I want to do is give you 5 things that you can do starting now, so that 6 months from now, when you look around you and you look back, you're like, wow, look at where I'm at. Look at where I'm at now. 5 things. Number 1, start thinking, now listen, start thinking about yourself and your ability to speak more proactively. Start thinking about yourself and your ability to speak more proactively. Now, what do I mean by proactive? Here's what I mean, and I will give you 2 examples. Number 1, understand, and these aren't the only 2, these are just 2 examples of proactive thinking and proactive speaking. Number 1, understand that you don't have to respond right now. So if someone asks you your question, someone asks you a question or you answer the phone, you don't have to hurry up and respond. You can take your time. You are in control, right? So one of the things that happens is someone asks you a question, or if it's your turn, all of a sudden this tension, this anticipatory anxiety builds up and you feel like you have to rush, speak real fast, or you feel like you have to say something right then and there. Someone says, what's your name? Michael Williams. I gotta say it right then, and boom, you get stuck, blocked, nothing comes out. Once you understand, I can relax. I can take a moment, and then I can say my name, then I can answer the phone, or then I can respond. It gives you more what? Control. And this is more proactive thinking. Right? It gives you more control. The second part to that is that you don't have to respond in the way that you think you do, or in the way other people think you do. So here's an example, again, using, for example, saying my name over the phone. I don't have to just, someone says, yeah, so what's your name? Michael Williams. I don't have to just say Michael Williams. I can say, sure, my name is Michael Williams, or yes, my name is Michael Williams, and my name is Michael Williams. There's a lot of different appropriate ways. You might say, well, that doesn't sound, believe me, I've been doing it for 20 years and it sounds absolutely fine. So there's a lot of different ways that you can say your name that sound very natural. And some people say, well, you're substituting, you're filling, you're avoiding. Remember, what we're doing strategically is we want to create a lot of successful speaking situations, a lot of successful speaking experiences, because the more you have, the more confident you are. And the more memories you have, right, literally in your brain, the more memories you have of speaking well. And once you get to the point where you believe that you are an excellent speaker, that you speak well, that you can say your name, then you can say your name any way you want. You don't have to say it that way. But first you need to develop this confidence and these experiences of saying your name well. Does that make sense? So once you start thinking more proactively, then you understand, hey, I can pause before I say my name, or before even when I answer the phone, I can pause for a second or so, and then I can say, yes, hello, this is Michael Williams, and hello, this is Michael Williams. So I can say a lot of different ways. I don't have to say hello if I get stuck on hello. But now I can say hello, but back then I couldn't, so I had to say something else. And then once I started saying it over and over, I never thought about it anymore. Now I can say hello. Say it's a strategy. So start thinking more proactively. Those are just 2 examples. The second thing, learn speaking skills that great speakers use. And many of these skills are what I call proactive speaking. So you'll hear me talk about proactive and proactive speaking skills. Things like using your hands, so forth and so on. It's just one example. But learn the skills that great speakers use, the skills, the strategies, the techniques, the tips that great speakers use, and then use them yourself. Practice them and use them yourself. Learn the skills that great speakers use and then practice them yourself. Remember, this isn't really just about overcoming stuttering, stopping a stuttering or anything like that. It's really about learning to speak well. So you focus on learning the things that people do who speak well and imitating and doing that, then eventually you'll start to speak well as well. Okay? So learn the skills, and you can learn them. You can learn the skills because they're skills, very specific things you can learn how to do. I call it proactive speaking. There's things that you can actively do. Instead of responding to situations, you can be more proactive, and you can speak well by using these skills. Learn what they are. All right, number 3, find a model and intensely observe that model. It's called intensive observation. There's something almost magical about the visual and auditory impact and impression that something can have, right, when you observe it. So when I'm listening to something, or if I'm listening or watching someone do something, there is an auditory and a visual impact, an impression that it makes on me. So if I'm watching someone playing the piano and I'm listening to it, it can literally improve the way I play the piano. The same thing with speaking. If you listen to someone who speaks well and you watch them and you study them, it has an impression on you, right? It increases your confidence, it inspires you, and it has an impression on how you speak. Does this make sense? I'm highly confident that this is true because I have so many people who write me and say, I watched your videos and I spoke well. Now this is probably temporary, right? It's probably temporary, but we have some strategies where we can turn this into something more permanent. But people watch the videos and they start speaking well. Not everyone, obviously, but many people do. Why? Well, inspiration, more confidence, and the auditory and visual impression that it makes from intensively observing someone who does something that you want to do or does something well. So find a model and observe them, study them, watch them. Okay, number 3. Number 4, closely related to that, practice speaking like your model. Practice speaking like your model. There's no shortcut for practice. In my private intensive coaching, I hold people accountable for practicing at least 4 hours a week or more. Practice 8 hours, at least 4 hours a week. Have them practice. And there's just a transformation that happens in practice that's probably not going to happen any other way. You can do affirmations, you can do visualizations, you can do all kinds of stuff. And for many people, they're not going to see the transformation unless they practice. Right? Some people do, but many people don't. And this is the reason why. It's because of the practice, and the practice is hard. And that's why the intensive coaching or the intensive online course works, because there's an accountability that when you feel like giving up, you don't. Because I'm going to press you, right? I'm going to press you. Make sure that you're doing the work. All right. So, well, what if you don't? What if you feel like my stuff isn't working for you? That's okay. We'll talk about that at the end when we get to the 5th one. Okay, we'll talk about that. But practice right here. Practice at least 4 hours a week. Practice speaking like your model. Practice speaking. You've got to do at least 4 hours. Okay. All right. This next one. Now watch this. This next one is to pick something, pick a program, and stick with it. Pick a program, stick with it. I recommend that people do speech therapy. Make sure you do this intelligently. Find a speech therapist that understands stuttering and one that has a track record. Doesn't have to be many years, just someone that has a track record. Find a speech pathologist and work with that person so that they can get you where you need to be. And it's probably not going to take one session or 5 sessions is probably going to take several months, 6 months, 8 months, a year. Okay. Find another program on the web that you can trust. Some people out there saying, okay, pay me $500 or $5,000, $7,000, whatever, and I'll cure your stuttering 3 minutes, 3 days, whatever. Check it out. If someone's saying cure your stuttering in a couple of days, I'm not saying it's not possible, but you need to check it out. I mean, I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. It absolutely is possible. There's stuff out there that I don't know about, right? I don't know everything, obviously. So yes, it's certainly possible, but you got to check them out. Be intelligent about it. Some people may not like my program, may not resonate with them, may not like the approach. They may not like me. It's Michael, I just don't like you, right? I don't like watching your videos. So if you don't like me, I understand that. But find something and find someone that you do like. A speech therapist, pathologist, or a program, a solid program that's going to work for you. So remember I told you a little while ago, well, we talk about modeling and practicing. Well, what if this doesn't work? What if my programs don't work? Well, find a program that does. Remember we were talking about my private intensive coaching. I'm going to be launching an 8-week intensive online course and a series of $7 webinars, just a little over $7 webinars, where I'm going to be giving you real information, right? And I'll tell you a little bit more real information. So I'm going to be providing you all those resources, plus you got the free YouTube videos like this one. You have some downloads that are inexpensive, right? Relatively. So I have a lot of resources, but there's other people who have great resources too. Check them out. Check them out. But do something, find something and stick with it. Because a lot of people, they start stuff and then they stop, right? They start stuff or they say they're going to start and they only do half of it. Some people start my stuff and they just do the affirmations and visualizations, but they don't do the practice. And the practice is what really going to make the long-term impact. Okay, so you got where they do the practice, they stop. Where they do affirmations when they feel like it. It's not going to work, not going to see the impact. So you have to do this in the way I've laid it out. And that's what I lay out for you in the private intensive coaching or in the course or in the webinar. Okay, so 5 things. Number 1, start thinking more proactively. Gave you a couple examples. Number 2, find the skills and the techniques and the tips and the tricks that great speakers use and use them, right? Learn those, right? It's really not about stopping of stuttering. It's about the starting of speaking well. So find people who speak well and copy them, okay? Proactive speaking, so proactive thinking, find the tips. Then another one is, in fact, looking at and studying a model, right? So find a model and intensively observe this model. Practice speaking like your model. Got to do that at least 4 hours a week. You got to do it every week. How long? Could take a few months, 6 months, 8 months. And then find something, find a program, find something and stick with it. Okay. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you do these things, I can virtually guarantee, if you do these things, whether it's with me or someone else, 6 months from now, if not before, could be 2 or 3 months from now, but 6 months from now, you're going to look back and go, wow, look at where I'm at. Look at how well I'm speaking. Every one of my coaching clients, right? Every one of my coaching clients that I've worked with intensively for more than 30 days, they're looking at themselves and going, wow, look at where I'm at. Look at how I feel. One client who's not even in my intensive coaching, has been coming to the webinar, she says, wow, I feel it's easier for me to speak proactively. It's just easier. Right now, I'm not saying she's cured anything, but she's finding that it's easier. It's releasing the pressure. She's going along on this journey. So I just encourage you, I want to give you hope, hopefully inspire you that you're not stuck. You can do something about this. You are responsible to do something about this. Even if you didn't ask for stuttering, you have it, right? You do it, but you don't have to keep it. It's not a part of who you are, okay? It's something that you do that you can almost unlearn, if you will. I really like to say that you can learn how to speak well, but you're responsible to do this. No one's going to come to the rescue and take it out of you. You've got to do it. And I know that you can do it, and I believe you can do it, and that's why I'm providing you with these resources, because I love to hear back from people, and I do all the time, people that says, I'm doing it. I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, I'm doing it. All right, so please do subscribe to this channel, right? Click the link, subscribe to this channel, share this video with other people. Use your social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, share this video. Also, attend one of our webinars. If you'd like to talk about private intensive coaching or the course, which is more affordable than the coaching is going to be more efficient, but whatever you'd like, or you can just watch the videos, but feel free to get more information on it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Leave a comment. I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you. My name is Michael Williams, the founder of Start Speaking Training Center, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget, think about where do you want to be 6 months from now, and what do you need to do in order to get there? Okay? I'll see you soon.